Hi everybody, it's Jake Harshman. Just wanted to talk to you a little bit today about the new line of rods that Temple Fork Outfitters has just released. It's the Temple Fork Outfitters Tactical Bass rods, and they have come out with a glass composite rod to compete with some of the other big name brands that have that. I have the rods, have all three that they make. They have a 7'2" medium moderate, a 7'4" medium heavy moderate, and a 7'10" medium heavy moderate. Now these rods they're designed to be used for crankbaits and other type of reaction baits, specifically like chatterbaits. And I mean, I've heard from everybody that uses a glass rod that glass is just the absolute best thing that you can use for crankbaits and chatterbaits and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to use these. What their formula at Temple Fork Outfitters is, it's a carbon and fiberglass composite. It's 60% carbon fiber and 40% fiberglass. And what that pretty much equates to is a very lightweight, sensitive rod that still has that great hook setting power and really good parabolic bend to help you fight those fish on treble hooks or chatterbaits. I got them here with me, so I'm going to pull them up and we're going to talk about them a little bit. The first one I'm going to talk about is probably going to be my favorite. This is a 7'4" medium heavy moderate. As you can see that there. All of these rods have stainless steel PacBay guides, and it's a very neutral colored blank, and then they color code their rod power on the handle grips. Each power has a different color code that goes with it. But this is going to be my chatterbait rod. Really light in the hand. I have it paired up with a Shimano Corrado DC in 7-speed. It's a 151 high gear, and man, I'm really excited for this rod in real combo. I think this is going to be really good improvement on my chatterbait fishing for the year, getting to use it. And another thing I want to show too is this rod, although it's really lightweight and whatnot, it's actually a much thicker blank. I don't know if you can tell. I'm going to try to hold these up together, but this is another 7'4" medium heavy, and if you can tell the difference, I don't know if you can tell the difference, but it's considerably thicker in the blank. The whole way up through, it's considerably thicker. The medium is the same as well, which I'll show you here in just a few minutes, but really excited for this rod. I'm trying not to break them right now. The next one I have in the line is the 7'10" medium heavy moderate. This is my Magnum deep crankbait rod. It's basically the same as that 7'4", but it's just a little bit longer. It's going to help you get those longer casts on those big crankbaits. Right now I have a DT16 tied on here. I would probably throw up to a 8XD. I may not try to throw a 10XD on this rod. It's rated only up to an ounce lure weight, but I think it can go a little more than that, just based on the feel of it. But a 10XD might be a little too much. If you're getting to those 30-foot and beyond depth, you might need to get something a bit heavier in order to do that. So the last rod in the line is the 7'2" medium moderate, and you can tell the different color there. It's got the gold color compared to the maroon. You know, I got it paired up with a Shimano Corrado DC, just the regular 6:2:1 speed. This is going to be my square bill and rattle trap rod. This is going to be, you know, a really good all-purpose rod for those. Really excited for this one. You know, square bills, rattle traps, chatterbaits, I love throwing those kinds of baits. So, you know, having two specialized rods for, you know, for those three techniques, I think it's gonna just really, you know, please me this year. And quickly I'll touch on this Magnum cranking rod. I forgot to mention, I have a 5-speed Corrado on there. You want that slower gear ratio, because when you're throwing those deep diving crankbaits, you can really work yourself out really quick trying to crank down those deep diving crankbaits with, you know, an 8 or a 7-speed reel. The most I would probably throw is a 6-speed on something like that. And then the other thing I'm going to show you before I touch on a couple other things is I told you about the medium heavy being a lot thicker blank. Well, now I'm going to hold up the medium, and I hope that the camera is getting this, but it's considerably thicker, which is going to help you with that hook set power. You know, and I've tested these things out. Like, that medium is bending, you know, the bend point is like somewhere like right around the 5th or 6th guide. You know, it bends really deep in the rod. So those are the 3 rods in the line. I'm excited for them this year, and I'll be able to give a full testament of what I believe, you know, about these rods later on. Give me a couple months, because it's still pretty cold up here. But another thing there's 2 more things I'm going to touch on. It's the weight compared to the closest competitor, and the price. So a glass rod, you are probably expecting to pay a considerable amount of money for. TFO has figured out a way to put these rods at a price point of $159.99. So you got a $160 glass rod, premium construction, really good cork grips, just all around, no corners cut. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. The closest competitor that I found glass wise is the St. Croix. I think it's they have Mojo glass, and they also have the Legend glass. But you're looking at a $200+ rod. And I looked at the Legend glass. I pulled that line up specifically, and I compared the weights. I took the 3 most closest rod lengths and whatnot and powers, and I compared them. The 7.2 medium moderate in TFO is 4.2 ounces. 4.2 ounce glass rod and 7'2" medium moderate. The 7'2" medium moderate St. Croix Legend glass is 5.5 ounces. So there's a considerable weight difference there, and it moves the whole way along the line. 7'4" medium heavy TFO rod glass is 4.6 ounces. The St. Croix Legend glass in 7'4" medium heavy moderate is 5.7 ounces. Their 710 in St. Croix is a heavy moderate, and it's 6.1 ounces, and the TFO medium heavy moderate is 5.6 ounces. That's a big deal when you're throwing these baits all day, or you know whatnot, and you're making these long casts. And the sensitivity is, I feel the sensitivity is going to be better in a lighter rod, because you're going to feel more. Now the St. Croix enthusiasts will probably disagree with me and tell me that they're the greatest rods on earth, and to them they very well may be, and I'm not trying to convince them of otherwise. My target here is those of you who don't have a glass rod yet, that don't want to spend $260 on a rod, and maybe you want to get a better, more budget-friendly option. I think this is where you start. TFO's got a great warranty. They are lifetime warranty, no fault for any product defects or manufacturer defects. They will replace it for free, and if you break it, they will replace it for a $50 fee. And that's, I think it's $50. Don't quote me, I haven't done it in about a year, so I don't remember, but there is a small fee associated if you break the rod, and it doesn't matter how you broke it. You can go out and slam it in your car door, and then all you have to do is give them a call and work through that warranty process and pay the fee. They're a great company, they're easy to deal with, they ship incredibly fast, and they almost always have the stuff that you want in stock. So, with that said, give them a try. Go check them out. TFO is doing some really great things in this tactical bass line, and I think that a lot of you will be really happy with them. So, see y'all on the water this year.